Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your mid-month December reading. And this reading will be ending the decade. So, are you excited, Taurus? We're going to start off with the feminine Taurians first, then the masculine Taurians second. Okay, so feminine Taurus. Where are you at? Now into the end of the year. Right. So, 3 Pentacles. We're working and striving to be where we need to be, especially if we're going for a fire sign. I feel like we've realized all the effort that we have put in, and I'm saying we because I am a Taurus moon, so I relate to these. So, either you or somebody around you has looked at the amount of work they put in the past, probably, and they feel like either you or them have been in denial about seeing something, about seeing what they need to do for a relationship, and the amount of effort that needs to be put in order to see eye to eye, in order to have the motivation, the inspiration, and the vision for the future. So, 3 cards for your past. Ooh. 10 of Cups right here. So, Taurus. I feel like you or someone around you, possibly even both of you, have found the strength in the cycles, the things that you need to change, that were really harbored by your own ego. And I feel like someone just really wants to say something to you. And I feel like that was enough to make you, or maybe just the fact someone wasn't saying something at all. I just feel like, Taurus, you've been trying so hard to prove yourself or to win, or someone around you, maybe even a Sagittarius, has. They've been coming in to give you this information. I feel like you went through a really hard time being shut out and being left behind by people in the past. And I feel like you're just finally leaving it behind. You're finally finding the hope in letting something go in order to just let it manifest for the future. Whether it's with somebody new or the same person, I just feel like Taurus is really trying to pull it together. Like, because Taurus is a fixed sign. It's just, it takes a while, and I feel like Taurus has finally seen themselves and how impulsive they are and what they do to try and, win situations or just compete with people when they don't even need to. And they're realizing how much work they put in. They're realizing what it is about themselves that needs to change and what isn't necessary anymore. What is necessary? What work needs to be put in for the future? So, 3 cards for your near future. All right. I feel like, Taurus, you have tried so long and so hard physically, energy-wise. You've studied everything about yourself and the cycles that you went through to try and figure out what is toxic and what is worth saving. And you realize that maybe in order to receive any future offers from the people who have also tried so hard to be there for you, I feel like they're also looking at their own toxicity as well, and I feel like you're standing pretty tall and changing yourself and trying to be more confident so you can be ready for it. And I feel like if you're going towards somebody, I feel like they're looking for answers for when it comes to you also. I feel like as slow as you go, try not to make any mistakes because you want this offer and this opportunity to be absolutely perfect. You don't want anything to get messed up. And they may even be a little bit reluctant. They may even be a little bit guarded. But the only reason why they walked away is because of past hurt, past backstabbing, of past situations. For some of you, this person may even walk away from you. For some of you, it may not even be good enough. But I feel like even if they defend themselves or even fight the past, and you too, I feel like both of you would really persevere mentally, physically, if both of you fight all these accusations and all these people coming at you for the choices that you made. I feel like what do you want and what you want to leave behind. I feel like the universe will match that, and I feel like you're really rewriting your own future, and it's just completed. It's completed. We have 3 10s, Taurus. Everything and all the work that you've done will soon be completed. So there's no need to worry. Just keep going and knowing what you want, because when a Taurus knows what they want and they finally stopped being so fixed into the past, they don't look back ever. So all right, and now we're going to the masculine Taurus. Let's see. Masculine Taurus, where are you from now until the end of December, the end of the year? Let's go. Right. Current energy for the masculine Taurus. Ace of Swords. So, we know something, or we're seeking somebody out. Let's see. I feel like, Taurus, you have looked inside yourself for long enough. And I feel like you or someone around you has probably walked away. And I feel like either you're finally understanding that now, you're finally understanding why after all this time. So, 3 cards for your past. There may have been a lot of completing, a lot of conflict between you and another fire sign. I feel like you, Taurus, have been stuck in your head in the past with all the anxiety and all the thoughts and all the things that could go wrong. And I feel like this was way in the past. And I feel like what your intuition was telling you was true. With the Wheel of Fortune and the upright, I feel like you had somebody by your side who was helping you out of your thoughts, or maybe you were helping somebody else out of their thoughts. But either way, someone was there. And I feel like, Taurus, you may have even dumped an emotional offer because they might have, or you might have chosen something that was a little bit too superficial, something that looked really good on the outside, but on the inside, it wasn't. And after that, I feel like, and after all that disappointment, I feel like you are thinking about the things that you need to fix about yourself, the things that you need to improve, in regards to your own self-worth and the time and energy that you invest into things. So Knight of Wands. Looking at how impulsive your choices were and how the people around you weren't too happy about that, because you knew and they saw that you weren't ready for a change. And like many Tauruses, change makes Taurus uncomfortable. So now you're finally getting it. You're finally understanding everything for what it is. You're finally understanding that maybe even you've stopped yourself from any opportunities that you've set yourself up for. So 3 cards from now until the end of the year. The change is eminent. For the opportunities to come in, for anything stable to be in your future. I feel like you're finally seeing through all your emotions and all the mystery and all the secrets of what someone has been going through, what you have been going through, with all the choices that have been made between you or somebody else. You're finally understanding what they have been trying to tell you, whether it would just be hints or just the things that they were fighting inside themselves, or just the things that they were dealing with but they weren't telling anybody. For some of you, Taurus, you feel so exhausted because part of you was fighting the changes that you needed to make versus the things that you should have said, the things that you should have known, possibly even your emotions to what your intuition was telling you, things that are surface level, things that may even be defense mechanisms versus what you should have been looking for on the inside. And I feel like you finally understand. You finally understand why things have ended the way that they did, and what has really been going on in the background. Whether you may have acted out in certain ways or other people around you have. So now, Taurus, you have a new opportunity. After you change, I feel like You're really going to have to find your own strength to not react in certain ways to other people around you, and to just know that you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to justify the way that you've acted. You don't have to for some of you, you may even want to say sorry to the right people that deserve it. But I just feel like this may even be an end of an era for you. I feel like with those world card, I feel like you are really understanding the lessons that everything has taught you about your own self-esteem, about what your own beliefs are compared to what everybody tries to persuade you to be, what all these people who may have even all these people you may have even made foolish decisions around, thinking that they would still be there, thinking that they would be there to hear you out or help you out for your foolish decisions. But sometimes your happiness and your soulmate relationships, whether it be from the universe or not, sometimes things have to be an end. Sometimes it'll be too late. Sometimes things have to end for things to begin again. So, 3 cards of advice. Although it may break your heart to know that the people that have persevered by your side may not be there anymore, later on there still may be reasons to celebrate. You may have friends and people by your side who may give you some information, may give you some opportunities, but you're not alone, Taurus. I feel like you won't have to compete to see eye to eye with people. And Taurus, you should know your own worth. You should know your own worth. And you don't have to communicate with people to tell them what's right, tell them what's wrong. Sometimes we have to cut out everybody just so that the noise will stop. Sometimes you have to go into your feminine energy and nurture yourself and know that you can rewrite your own future. You can do anything it is that you want if you're confident enough and you balance your emotions and be patient enough. So, Taurus, that is your reading. Stay hopeful for the future. I'll see you for your January reading. Good luck.